Hi, welcome to the Three Times podcast. Today I'm talking to Connall, Ben and Joe from the band Central Arcade about life in an upcoming band, writing songs, gigging, marketing and balancing artistic ambition against income. It's a hard competitive environment and one that requires a complete commitment to the band and a realistic long-term view of what constitutes success. Central Arcade have had rave reviews for their energetic live performances and their original songs. We recorded this conversation on the day before they released their EP Master, which NARC Magazine described as demonstrating vocal, instrumental and lyrical skill and impressive diversity of each, adding, Central Arcade prove that good classic indie rock is still very much alive and kicking in the Northeast. The band recorded 2 acoustic versions of songs from the EP for the podcast, Master and Lyre in the Heart. This episode of the podcast was produced and engineered by Dean Parker at Adobo Studios in the John Marley Centre in Scotswood, Newcastle. Dean also produced, mixed and mastered the 2 songs. You can find out more about Central Arcade and listen to their music by following them on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and YouTube.
Struggle for so long to put your life together and spit it in my face when you try your bitter taste. Shed the blood, shed of minds, slipping thoughts away from your kinds. I couldn't save it, they had to go. Now a timepiece you long to know. Matters lost forever. Matters gone so soon. Matters lost forever. Matters gone so soon. Matters lost forever. Matters gone so soon. Matters lost. I helped you stray far from the mainstream, away, away. A young heart tolerated, not a dark, old and sacred, safely starred. And like the demon that knows us all, the one you fight, fight to fall. By dawn came something bigger, just to be left with nothing at all. From them all, through the floorboards and down the hall, there lies Mary, a cross lies on my wall. I saw you die 100 times, did I ever answer your call? And like the demon that knows us all, the one you fight, fight to fall. By dawn came something bigger, just to be left with nothing at all. Do you feel the gale that blows on through, the one that blows him back to you? Out of the harbor into the sun, dance the dance, 2 lives as one. Forever in the matter, they're gone so soon.
Hi everybody. Could you introduce yourselves, please?
I'm Ben Echenike and I'm the drummer.
I'm Connall Brown and I'm the singer and the songwriter.
I'm Joe Mooney and I'm the guitarist.
Now, anybody who's been keeping an eye open these days will have seen your name all over the place. You've been very busy lately, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been sticking a lot of posters up,
Yeah.
releasing a lot of music, playing a lot of gigs.
You've done a lot of gigs. Was it 30? Was it 32?
I think it was 36.
36.
Yeah, you can't forget them other four. It was around that mark, anyways. And yeah, last year played a lot. So yeah, it was non-stop really. There was in May we had a gig every single week.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had 2 gigs on one day, and I lost my voice in the second gig of that day. So yeah, but it was good fun.
And how does word get around? How do you get these gigs? Is it word of mouth, or do you have a manager who's out there pushing stuff for you?
No, kind of just book them ourselves. It's like we'll either know people, like or go into like for pub gigs. We'll just go in, just ask, get a gig, or email, or text on Instagram, Facebook, something like that. And then when we play with other bands, it's more so just from texting them saying, do you need a support act? We'll hop on the bill and whatever else, you know. And then sometimes venues ask for us back when they're putting on another gig, which is always a good sign. So, you know, you're doing something right there.
So it's good old-fashioned legwork, really.
It is, yeah. We don't have a manager pulling any strings.
It's just getting the name out, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't have as many gigs this year. We had, I don't know how many we've played this year. Possibly not even 10, I don't think. At this point last year, I think we played over 15. But no, we have music coming out, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we released a single in March, released a single in May, just over a month ago now. Then we've got a 4th single coming out tomorrow. So, yeah,
Friday,
it's
20th
exciting.
of June. Yeah.
That's right. Johnny Blue will be out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how did you guys get together?
Me and Ben used to play in a band in high school for year 10.
It was you. I think you started originally, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then I just kind of got asked along.
Yeah, I was friends with Ben, so I thought,
and I played the drums as well, which is convenient.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have been in the band otherwise.
No, probably not.
But yeah, so we played together throughout like high school, and then I kind of fell through after GCSEs.
Yeah.
But I wanted to keep a band going, so we kind of formed a new one.
Yeah.
I was mates with Scott, our bass player. He had a bass just lying around his bedroom, so I thought, well, I might as well teach him bass, you know. So started teaching him bass, and about like 5 months later the band started. That's where Joe came in. So I used to play in a jazz band that Dave Hignett ran.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I played trumpet in that, and Joe played guitar. I was just like racking my head to think of a guitarist. Ben couldn't think of anybody, I couldn't think of anybody. And then I just put a post out on Facebook, like on a local music group, and Joe responded to it. And the second I saw him, I was like, how did I forget about him? So yeah. And then we rehearsed in Ben's garage. So he turned up to the first rehearsal, just playing some covers. I remember all 3 of us just looking at each other when Joe took a solo.
Joe's definitely the one.
It was that magic moment.
It was,
yeah.
Magic fingers, I think. So
Haven't played the same since.
Pressure. Yeah.
So how would you describe the music that you make?
It's all sorts, really. I try not to write the same song twice. You know, like some songs are quite fast, other ones are heavier. And then we'll have like a balance of slow songs as well. So it's a mix of like slow, sad songs, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we've got like fast, like
I think there was
rock
quite a
and
lot
roll.
of like experimentation in it, to be fair. Yeah, we'll go from like a really like lovey, chilled out, slow song to something like quite heavy. I remember playing one not too long ago, which is it's like quite grungy.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Can't remember. Can't remember what it was called.
So does your set consist of a mix of covers and originals, or is it all originals?
Depends where we play.
Yeah, it depends on
So,
the
yeah.
place. Because if it's a venue, we'll try target original stuff, because that's what a lot more people want to hear.
Yeah.
But if we're going for like a pub or something, like the Tannery, for example, on Friday, it's just covers, because people don't want to hear. I mean, some people are listening to the original stuff, but
Some of us want to hear original stuff.
yeah. But normally at a pub, there's play some Oasis.
Yeah, we've I think we've balanced it well for tomorrow. We've got 30 songs in the set, I believe. So when we play like supporting a band, I'd say it's like for example at Clooney, I think we played 8 or 9 tunes. So it's like them 8 or 9 tunes are in the set list tomorrow. But yeah, I feel like, because there's so many more original songs we could play, but it's just about doing the best ones, you know. I'd rather like quality over quantity, you know. So yeah, just making sure they're all refined and like presentable over just having them all saying like, oh yeah, we've got like a 15 song original set compared to like and some of them aren't very well polished compared to like 8 original tunes, and we've all like thought them all through, all the parts are spot on, you know. It's like unless I'm really desperate to start playing one of the tunes, we'll rehearse it 3 or 4 times over the space of a month, you know, and then put it into the set. We wouldn't do it once and just be like, right, let's go for it, you know, unless I was like obsessed with the song at that moment in time. So but
so the difference between a song that you would want to play live and a song that you would think wasn't good enough is actually in how much you developed it rather than the nature of the song itself.
Just whether it's playable yet, I guess.
Yeah. With me as well, it's like I won't bring a song to the band until I think the lyrics are like perfect, until I'm completely satisfied with them. And it's like other bands will get a chord progression and then, you know, just build the song, and then finally the lyrics will come last. But with me, if I have a good chord progression but I can't get any good words out, I don't think it's very good, and I just scrap it. And if it is any good, I think it'll come back to me, and then I'll get the good words, you know. But with me, it's written acoustically, really. So acoustic guitar, get like a bit of a chord progression going, and then I'll just start like la 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 whatever, and then the words will come out, and that's how it comes out, really, you know. Because other bands will, like I say, they'll just build it up together, but I've kind of got what I want in my head, and then obviously like little bits of structure and different parts will come together when I bring it to the rest of the band. So but yeah, I think we kind of do it separately and like differently to how other bands do it, I think, you know.
So while we're on the subject of your songwriting, you were kind enough to send me the lyrics to 4 of the tracks that you recently recorded.
Yeah.
And I was impressed that they're quite complex lyrics and ambiguous, aren't they? They kind of paint several pictures all in one song, and my mind is latching on to key words and phrases. They kind of throw quite a few things out just in one song, but they all kind of hang together. So you obviously put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I feel like I try not to write like specifically. I feel like when I'm writing tunes, because not everybody's experienced the same things, so if I can make the lyrics as general as possible, then more people can relate to it, kind of, you know. But to me, it's like when I'm writing something, it's specific in my head, but I won't directly say it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like I try and make them as relatable as possible by not targeting them into one direct thing. It'll be like a general topic, you know. So
and do you have a wider agenda, like a political one or an environmental one, or they seem to be about relationships to me?
Some of them are. It's not always romantic relationships, though. I feel like writing about relationships and love is so easy as well. So I try not to always do that, but it always comes in somewhere, I feel. But I think it's just relevant, and it's like, as well as it being easy to talk about, it's like, it's just something that comes about, you know. But I also don't want to be that band that just has 10 love songs on their set list and that's it. And I don't think we do, but you might think otherwise, and Ben and Joe might think otherwise. But you know.
I think a lot of music now, well, just a lot of music is like normally about love, isn't it?
That's the thing. That's why I'm trying to channel away from it, you know, because it's not always like a romantic relationship I'll be talking about. It could be a friendship.
Yeah,
you know, it could be.
It's the same as you say. Like the same song could be, like 1,000 people could hear it, and everyone sees it as something else.
That's
as well,
the thing. So. Yeah, it's like I'll be curious, and I'll speak to people about the songs, and I'll send them the lyrics, and I'll be like, well, what do you think this is? And they'll tell me something completely different compared to what it actually is.
It's everyone's
about.
own interpretation.
Exactly, and that's why I try not to speak directly about something that happens. It's like a songwriter like Bob Dylan. He'll just talk about it, and he'll make it obvious what he's talking about. But I feel like I try not to do that to make more people like it appeal to more people, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just how I do it, anyways. You know. Yeah.
So who are your influences from a songwriting perspective?
Songwriting perspective, I've got to say Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say he's probably the main one. I think. Yeah, and I'd say who else? Let me have a think. Could you ask Ben something about his drumming or something? I'll have a think about the rest of the answer.
Let's move on to Joe. Your guitar playing on the tracks I heard was quite characteristic, I thought. Where'd you get your influences from?
All over, I think. Got pretty, like... I listen to all sorts of music, like, grew up on, like... Dad's a massive fan of the Eagles. So I grew up on a lot of, like, 70s rock stuff. But then the last few years, like, studying music and things, got into a pretty wide range of stuff. Big fan of Wilco.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nels Cline, his guitar playing especially is pretty, like, standout. I only discovered them the last couple of years. Went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and his guitar playing really stood out to me. But yeah, like, he's probably the standout, I'd say. But I like all sorts of bluesy stuff. Like, I play a lot of like blues music outside of this band. So that probably creeps in places, trying to do my best Eric Clapton impression. But
I think that probably affects your tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You play Telecaster, and what amp do you use?
Using a Hot Rod Deluxe at the minute, so it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
Like, and use mixture of pedals. That's probably one of my favourite bits about it. Like, I love the playing side of things, but I'm really big into, like, the gear side of things.
Proper
like,
nerd.
Yeah.
Proper nerd. How big's your pedal board?
It's pretty small at the minute, to be fair. The big one's out of order at the moment.
Oh, right.
I've been tap dancing on it too much. But no, that's like, I think one of my favourite parts of, do you know, when we've been in, like, anytime we've been in the studio or anything, working parts out, one of my favourite parts is, like, figuring out what sound's going to suit this part, or, like, how can I've got this funky sound, how can I wangle it into a song somewhere? So. All
right. And Ben, I was listening to the tracks this morning in the car on the way in, and your drumming isn't a straightforward drumming at all, as it seems to me that I've used this word complex before on Connall's lyrics, but your drum patterns seem to me to be quite complex. For lack of I'm not a drummer, so I can't think of the right words to use. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, it's quite tricky because I'd say probably my biggest inspiration, the reason I got into drumming when I was little, is because my parents are big fans of the Beatles. So I know we were talking about Ringo Starr earlier, but yeah, Ringo is probably my biggest inspiration, because I just thought it was quite interesting, because even though he's not technically probably one of the best drummers out there, he doesn't have the biggest fills or the biggest chops or the biggest, rhythms and stuff like that, but he can fit the song so well, and that's what people, look up to him for, and how he can play into the song and it still be impressive. And so that's what it's you have to try and keep a balance between, obviously not just something really just straightforward like a 4-beat the whole time, but then also not, because sometimes I think, I could put a really cool fill in here, but I'll sort of hold myself back, because it'll take away from the song, I think. So it's just trying to find that, like, sweet spot of fitting the song whilst also trying to be kind of interesting. And so that's why I sort of try and experiment with different kinds of things, especially on, like, Find a Lover and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I just do that little sort of tom and on the ride and stuff like that.
It's the snare at the end as well.
Yeah,
that's not, that was...
See, that's like another example, because it's talking about the lyrics about... like a battlegrounds,
well.
So I do like a marching snare drum thing. But yeah, I just try and keep it complex, but not so much that it's taken away from the song, if that makes sense.
Because my knowledge of drumming is so limited that that probably the drummers that I would cite as making the greatest impression on me are Keith Moon and
Keith
John
Moon's
Bonham.
John Bonham's
and they were both drummers who put a drum beat in whenever they could.
Yeah.
They hit a drum if there was a gap anywhere, didn't they?
Yeah.
Especially Keith Moon.
Yeah, unbelievable drummers.
But nobody seems to drum like that anymore.
No.
Perhaps wisely, because it was a bit of a struggle to fit everything around them, wasn't it?
I think it made sort of them tracks back then really interesting at the same time. Like, have you ever heard "Fool in the Rain"?
Don't think so. No.
Best drum parts,
John Bonham's sort of groove. It's his shuffle. It's called the John Bonham Shuffle.
Yeah,
and it's great. It took me like 3 days to get it down. It's that good. And he just probably off his face stringing or something. Just come up with it. And then there's a breakdown when they take out one of these like Brazilian, it's like a sort of samba whistles, And he's doing this whole, like, I don't even know how they recorded it. I think he must have sort of layered it, different sort of rhythms and fills and stuff. And it's just this big, like, it's literally like a big sort of street band almost.
You were talking about that tune a few months ago.
Yeah.
It's the whistle rejogged my memory. Yeah. It's like what you were saying about the march and drum thing. Like I was saying before, we'll come up with different parts. You know, it's like that's one of them. That wasn't there for a while after we played that tune. You know, it just comes with time, and it's like we'll look at the song after playing it and be like, right, okay, so now what do we do? It's the same with Hold Me. It's like there was a little gap when we play it live now. There's a little gap at the start, and it's like when Ben came up with the idea for this, and it's like I was like, yeah, okay, I'll try it, and it's like we did it, and it just sounded like clicked. A million times better. We're like, but we didn't get it in the recording, unfortunately. So everyone will have to come and listen to that live. You know,
it's funny because now every time we play it, it just sort of had a bit of dynamic. So it's the intro, then it's a little just quick little cut, and then back in. And so every time I listen to the track now, I'm so used to hearing it. I can't unhear the gap.
So that's the thing with working on tunes all the time. It's like we've recorded it,
and then we'll continue to find little things we can improve and stuff.
Yeah, song's never finished, is it?
No, exactly. Yeah,
it's like I know Noel Gallagher said as well. It was like when you write a song, it's not finished until you've gone back to it and worked on it again. Yeah. And it's like with every single song we play, that's the case. It's like we open the set of a song called Cold Truth Rains, and it opens the EP. And it was like, even that changed. Like, Joe basically just changed the structure of it, kind of. So it's like my guitar starts, and then the bass starts, and then the drums start, and then the lead guitar comes in instead of everybody starting together. And it's just like something like that makes it a bit more interesting. It's like what's coming next, you know? But yeah, it's just little things that just get... Like, we'll have played that song at least 5 times live, but we're still... looking to improve it and change it, you know. But it also gets boring playing the same thing. So Ben gets bored easily.
Yeah, I get really bored sometimes.
So when you've recorded a song, when you've done a cover, do you feel under any pressure when you're playing live to play it as you recorded it, or as the cover version, you know, as the original of a cover would be, or do you just think, I just fancy doing something a bit different here?
Well, Mum's got a friend, and she's seen us a few times playing. She said, so my mum says, that what she quite likes is the fact that we'll do a cover, but we don't try and make it sound like the original, we'll sort of put our own twist on it.
I think that also happens naturally. Yeah. There'll be the odd time where we will, you know.
We don't kind of try and strive just to get that, you know, exact sounds. Like, I never try to get the exact drums or anything. Like, I need to get it note for note. I would just kind of, because I think it always sounds better if it's your own take, because it suits the band better.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to be someone else.
Yeah, it's like no two bands are the same. Apart from like Oasis and the Beatles, maybe.
Careful, mate. You'll have Liam coming after you. He'll be shot down before you even started.
But I feel like it depends. It's like sometimes I'll change little vocal melodies as well. And it's like structures. I think like we won't intend to do this, but it's like we do a cover of London Calling sometimes. Structure's just not the same as it, but it's kind of our structure, so
it changes a lot from like song to song as well. I think I'm probably quite bad because like
you'll never play the same part, the same spot twice.
Depend on the song. So like we'll do some covers and it'll be like, you know, it's based on the original but do our own kind of thing on it. But then we do sometimes we like cover a couple of Stroke songs live, and I've probably heard them like thousands of times in my head. So if I hear something that's like slightly out or whatever, if I do something that doesn't quite line up, it kind of annoys us, but it's, you know, it changes from song to song a lot. I think that's good though. Like it's,
I think so.
A lot of people don't want to hear exactly, and then there's certain songs that if there's certain parts about them aren't right, then you don't hear them the same. Like it's
well, that's when you want to go and see a tribute band rather
than exactly. That's the thing. That's what I say to these two all the time as well. You know? Give it a shot at least. You know, I feel like some covers as well. It's like some bands will sit down and be like, right, they'll really think about how do we make this our own tune. But also bands, when they're starting off, they'll base their sound around other bands, you know, just inspirations, you know. But some bands, it's like an example of this is like Fontaine's DC did a cover of One by U2.
Yeah.
But they cut out half the verses in it, and they changed the length of the verses, so there'd be like extra lines in the U2 version that Fontaine's DC just cut out of it. And I thought that was quite interesting. And the sound is completely different. The vocal melody's different. It's in a different key and all the rest of it. But it's that's one of the first covers I've heard where they've properly changed the lyric structure.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite interesting. But I don't think we're yet to do that unless we've done it like without intention.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I'm just forgetting some lyrics or something. But yeah, I feel like I'd like to do that though. Maybe do a cover that's completely different to the original. But I feel like the easiest thing to do with that, it's like, say it's a fast song. I know the Smashing Pumpkins did a slowed down version of Dancing in the Moonlight by Thin Lizzy, and it's like, I feel like the easiest thing to do, and that's not slagging slowing down a song, it's just I feel like it is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And I also think if it's a slow song, I also think it's harder to make it faster. But to slow a tune down, it's quite easy, you know. And I think I'd like to try and avoid doing that, you know, because it's easy to turn like any song into a ballad, really, unless it's some sort of really heavy rock song. But even still, you know, it is doable. But
it's like, is it called BBC Lounge? Is that what it's called? That's where they always encourage. They'll get big bands on, and then they'll do. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
It's like Sam Fender will do a cover of like Olivia Rodrigo.
I think they'll encourage bands to take their own. It's really interesting to see what certain artists and bands, like how they take other people's music in and how they adapt it to make it their own thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what you're sort of talking about. So we'd take a cover, and then just completely strip it down,
and
build it up.
It's like
how we want to do it.
Yeah, I feel like if we were going to do that,
it'd be quite fun.
Yeah, it'd also be like a song from the 80s that's very like synth orientated and disco kind of vibe, you know. Because it'd just be completely different if we did something like that. But it's so hit and miss because some people butcher it. Or they'll do it so well, you know. It just depends, but it's like you see a lot of pop songs getting covered by indie bands, but they'll do it as if they've written the song, you know, which is it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now you mentioned a while back that about an EP, and you've got a track coming out tomorrow, which is called
Johnny Blue.
Johnny Blue.
Yeah.
So that's from the EP. But is it the third single from the EP?
It is the third single, yeah.
And the EP has got 4 tracks?
Five
tracks.
So, yeah, one of them's only like 1 minute and 30 seconds, but it's like an intro song, you know. But yeah, the EP's out next Friday, actually. So 27th.
Right.
We haven't announced that yet, but there you go. So when this podcast comes out, it'll be out.
So I'm interested to know from you as a young and developing band, how you go about marketing your music.
Social media, mostly, I think.
It's probably the easiest and the best, because it's just free, isn't it? And you sort of...
all your mates are on it, everyone's on it.
And everyone sort of share it around and stuff like that. And then you sort of get the off chance that something builds attention.
Yeah, or something else will come about, like this podcast, for example, you know, it's like other gigs and whatever else, you know, because without social media, you know, not many people would have heard of us, really, but... yeah, I think it's a massive help.
Definitely.
I think, you know.
So how do you make yourself heard above all the noise that there is?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I feel like I look at what works when bands post things.
Yeah.
It's also about making things as clear as possible. Like sometimes we'll have a gig poster and it'll be a really cool poster, but people just don't pay any attention. But say you post something on an Instagram story and it's just a black background and it's like, for example, like gig at Tannery tomorrow, 9 p.m. People are going to pay more attention to that.
Because they don't actually have to
search for it. It's like people see, like, especially on social media, like on a story, people will see it and it's just writing and it'll catch their attention because it could be like a "we are breaking up, thanks for the love" type of post, you know.
But that's not.
It's yeah. So that's the thing. It's like it just depends. So if a poster hasn't got very much attention, I'll just put it on the story like that. So yeah, it just depends really. But then and it's like promo videos as well. We'll just take inspiration from different things and see what works and what doesn't work.
But we sort of just kind of do what we can.
Yeah.
So like,
It's all
for example,
low budget at the minute.
Like, we'll just get one of
yeah.
my mates to film who do like media, for example,
Yeah.
at school. And like the last thing we did was just shot in our garage, and we just
Yeah.
used some lights that I found around the house and stuff like that. So we just sort of use what we can.
Yeah.
Make the
I was
most-
going to
make the
ask
most
you,
of it.
because this is not a cheap thing to do, is it?
Oh, no.
Recording in the
Yeah, yeah.
studio,
Yeah.
I mean, can be inexpensive, but
Yeah.
not cheap. And making videos,
Even
it
uploading
takes
music
time
as well.
consuming.
It is all. It takes time and it takes money and
Yeah.
whatever else. But if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, I guess. So, but yeah, we just keep it as low budget as we possibly can. You know, it's like the
It's because we're all skinned.
it's like the we're too busy doing this to get a job. Yeah, like our EP that was done at Newcastle Uni by a guy called Monty. Shout out Monty, legend. He's done the whole EP for free for us.
Oh, wow.
No, he's a great guy, and he's done a good job on all the tunes as
Yeah.
well. Like, he's done exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just taking as much stuff for free as possible, and then
Yeah, just take
just
everything
working
we can get.
working with what you've got as well.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
So how do you feel about essentially giving your music away for free for streaming platforms?
at this point, I feel like as long as people hear it,
Yeah.
that's enough. And
Yeah.
if people don't steal it,
Because it's still all about
So-
just getting out there, really.
Yeah,
isn't it? You
yeah.
can't really expect people to pay something they're not sort of
Yeah.
already following along.
same with gig tickets as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to keep it like, if we
There'll be
do ticket, it'll be as
yeah,
low as possible, as low as we can get it.
It's like there's a lot of gigs we'll play, we'll just be supporting a band on, and it'll be like 10 quid a ticket sometimes, and you're like, really, 10 quid, you know? It's like we're playing Head of Steam July 20th, and we made tickets 4 quid, you know, because why would somebody get a tenner out
Yeah.
of their pocket
To go see a
come-
band that probably don't even know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel...
Before streaming platforms, people
Had to go-
accepted the
yeah.
it's paid.
Yeah, but
of
it's-
course,
it's
'cause that's the
changed
way you listen
now.
to music,
It's
isn't
changed.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people can judge you from
Yeah.
their phone, from their
Yeah,
bedroom.
yeah.
They don't have to go out and do it, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's like I was speaking to it was a promoter, I believe, and he was saying if he sees a ticket for around 4 quid, he doesn't feel as inclined to go because he feel like it'll lack quality and whatever else. But if he sees a ticket for 12 quid plus, he'll go, right, these are going to be good. That's why they've charged this much. But yeah, I think it just depends really, but I feel like we have a better chance of getting more people along if it's cheap. And I think if people can judge us online and they like our music, that's an even better chance of them coming because it's cheap and they're going to enjoy something for little money, you know.
Yeah.
So, and it also means as many people as possible can come, which is a bonus for us. So,
Mhm.
you know, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely not about the money, and it's
No,
like
no.
Yeah.
you'll hear bands
Not
saying,
yet, anyway. When I'm living on the street, it will be.
You'll hear, but yeah, you'll hear bands like saying, "Oh, but we could have made however much more money off that gig." But
Yeah.
I'd rather play to a full room and get
Yeah, of
less
course,
money
definitely.
than play to a half full room and get more money because the ticket's more expensive. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like it's more about experience than profit at the minute.
Yeah.
I think, anyways, that's what's important to me, anyways. You know.
Grand. Well, thank you guys for talking to.
Yeah,
to the
thank you very
podcast.
much for having us.
You're going to do a couple of songs. Which ones are they?
Yeah, gonna do Matter, and I think we've settled on a Liar in the Heart as well, I
Uh-huh.
believe. So yeah, they'll be interesting anyways. So with the bongos and that. So.
Great.
I haven't played the bongos since I was 6, just for the record. Just in case it sounds really, really bad.
50 takes later.
No, you only get one go at this. This is live music.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dean.
Can you live on day by day like a liar in the heart? In the place you like to live, the place there from the start. The one that knows your secrets and hates to see you cry, but breaks you down so thoughtless and looks deep into your eyes. In my mind, she comes and goes. it only means her alone. Live on day by day like a liar in the heart, in the place you like to live, the place there from the start, the one that spreads your secrets and causes you to cry, that brings you down so thoughtless and looks deep into your eyes, yet their eyes are so piercing, they ask if you're really there. Green and blue so endless, and a locket of her hair. It's lying in his pocket, it's not moving anywhere. Do I really know you, or were you ever really there? In my mind, she comes and goes. In my mind, she's the only one that knows. In my mind, she hides and shows. Oh, in my mind, it only means her alone. Take 'em now.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Please subscribe and tell your friends about it.